Well, now I know why Casey Neistat always has sunglasses on in his videos. To set up lighting correctly, you are basically staring into a light constantly. So, hey, maybe I'll start doing that. Maybe not quite my style, but we'll see. Anyway, I wanted to start with a quick apology for this video. I was trying to use the GoPro outside kind of late at night with a little bit of backlighting to do all these recordings. The second I put them on the computer, I realized that they were super grainy because I didn't change the ISO settings in the GoPro before I got started. Hey, still learning as I go, but hopefully the content's still pretty good here. Thanks for watching. A few of you have been asking me to make a video about my home security system after I shared with you that I was broken into, gosh, I don't know, it was probably 5 months ago. But I wanted to keep with the Tesla theme here. So what I've decided to do is make a video about Sentry Mode and how it could be better by incorporating some pieces of home security. At the same time, I'm going to talk about my home security system that I put in and relate it back to Tesla and how they might be able to make Sentry Mode better. So first and foremost, I think Tesla has the best security system on the market for their cars, especially one that's built into the car straight out of the factory. Now, it's good. It could be better. It's still, I don't know if they're technically calling it beta, but I still think it's beta in my view. But they've reacted quickly to the market, especially when they had lots of break-ins on the Model 3, and they're starting to make it better over time. Now, hopefully that continues, and maybe some of these ideas will go in. But if you compare that to other cars on the market, basically all they do is when something shakes, the alarm goes off, which is good. It draws attention, but it doesn't help catch the burglar, and it doesn't help prevent something from happening. And I think that's what Tesla's getting at, and with some of these ideas, they could make it even better. So as I go through, I'm going to talk about each piece of my home security, at least things that I like about it, and how those could be incorporated into the car. As I do, make sure to check the links in the description below. I'm going to link all the equipment that I have, both for my home network, which is very closely tied to the security system, and the security system itself. If you have any questions about my system or the equipment that I use, leave a note in the comments below. Also, if you have any good ideas about how to make Sentry Mode better, leave those as well. And frankly, if you just want to make a joke about how this might be a little bit overkill for a home security system, you can make those comments as well. And before I dive in, I've got to say, if you're looking to buy a Tesla and any of my videos have been helpful for you, use my referral code. It's also down in the description below. And just a quick update on one of my previous videos. I finally got that missing referral that had disappeared. So for those of you who think you might have had yours stolen, or they disappeared somehow, or whatever happened, persevere, keep sending those notes to Tesla. Finally they're fixing it. What I was told is that they had a big systems issue that wouldn't allow them to reverse codes, and they finally fixed that, so now they can. Alright, so first a quick description of and some photos of my system. It consists of two parts. The first one is a Simply Safe alarm system, super easy to install. It's DIY. You don't have to have anybody come out to do it for you. They're all stick-on sensors. It's wireless, super easy to do. You get the choice whether or not you want it professionally monitored, or you just want it to send you notifications to your phone and make a lot of noise. I've gone with the monitoring side of things because, frankly, if I'm not able to respond quick enough, I want the police to do that. The second piece of my system is a Unifi Network's Unifi Protect camera system. The reason I went with Ubiquiti is I already had Unifi access points around my house, which kind of made it a no-brainer to stay within the family. The camera's a little bit harder to set up than the security system itself. These are all power over Ethernet cameras, so I had to run an Ethernet cable to all of them. But once you figure out how to do it and run it through the walls and all that fun stuff, it's really not that hard. So all in, my system comprises of 8 cameras, 12 entry sensors, 3 motion sensors, 2 glass break sensors, and frankly, maybe the most important thing, a sign and stickers on the windows. You may be surprised at what the little things can do, but a deterrent may be the most valuable thing, right? People will always find the easy target, and if it looks like you're difficult, then they're going to go somewhere else. Alright, so now into those 5 things that I think that Tesla could do to make Sentry Mode better. So the first is better AI and better security zones. And I'll show you an example of a security zone that I use with the Unifi Protect system. It's basically saying if you see motion here, then start recording, then send out an alert. I think Tesla, because they have so much computing horsepower on the Model 3, if they can do this without killing the battery, of course, can really add some AI into things, right? As cars actually get broken into, they should be able to tell what is a threat rather than just a person walking by or another car parking next to you. Now, they're obviously doing this with the full self-driving as they build that up, so I think it's just the same logic applied to security around the car. So, I think they could make it significantly better so you wouldn't get all these, I hate to call them false alarms, but false alarms when you get into the car and it says, 20 Sentry Mode incidents or whatever the text is. The second, and this will be no surprise to anybody, is improved video access and playback. You should be able to scrub to videos, view the issues on screen, and show the videos in a predetermined format rather than having to look at 3 different video files for any incident that might have happened. If I compare this to the Unifi system, I can look at them on my phone. It gives me a timeline of where there are events. It highlights where security zones were tripped, and I can also look at it on my phone and on a computer. And if I really wanted to set up a monitoring station, I could do that and have it run all the time. But Tesla should be able to do that. I think it's only a matter of time. They've rushed to get Sentry Mode out there, and as they figure it out, they probably will give us better access to video playback. Now, I'm not sure if they'll give it to us on the phone or any sort of remote device, because this is going to use a bunch of data. For those paying for data, fine, but for those who are kind of grandfathered into the free data service, this could end up costing them a lot of money. I'm not sure how their contracts are structured, but I'm sure it's something they'd have to look into. The third is notifications of incidents on the app and real-time streaming of that video if there is an issue. Now, you wouldn't want every trigger of Sentry Mode coming to your phone. It would just drive you nuts. I had that initially when I set up my Unifi cameras and didn't build notification zones. Everybody who walked by my house would trigger it. I really only care about those that get close, just like with the Tesla, we only care about those who look like they're going to try and break a window or steal something. When I talked about the better AI, I think if they can get this in place, then having it stream just the relevant issues to you shouldn't be an issue at all. The fourth may actually require some hardware updates on the new models rolling out. Now, I have no idea what kind of sensor suite is included in the Teslas other than the cameras. But 2 sensors that would be great to be in there are motion, very sensitive motion, because I'd love to know if the car ever is kind of nudged or moved, or it'd have to be sensitive enough to essentially pick up a door ding, and audio. Think about adding audio to the recording and what that could do. Probably less of an issue for big security events, but maybe more so of one if somebody dings your door and then talks about it afterwards. But also the AI they could add in if they had audio, right? Sometimes people might talk about their intentions beforehand if they're around somebody. So, being able to pick that up could actually help improve the tracking and monitoring and notifications if they were to do that. And now on to number 5, the final update I think Tesla should make, and that is professional monitoring. Just like any good alarm system, you have somebody else monitoring it for you, because you can't always be paying attention to notifications at all times. It doesn't work, and frankly, sometimes you'll think they're false alarms when they're not, or otherwise. But if you have a professional doing it, they can dispatch the police if there was an incident, and in this case, they could also send video and audio, if that ever happens, over to the police right away, so that they can start taking action. Now, I believe they do this already in the case of an accident, and they call medical services for you. So why not just use that existing infrastructure to make it so it can call the police? Again, this is all predicated on the AI being really good, because you wouldn't want to notify the police every time somebody walks by your car. But if they can get that part right, then it should be no problem to notify the authorities and get them there sooner. If you put all this together, it really comes up with a better system, and as people understand it and know about it, it becomes a deterrent, because they know, hey, there's an easier car over there. I hate to say that, but people are people. They're always going to do bad things, but if you can keep them away from doing things to you, all the better. And I think that will make Teslas more popular, and hey, that's great for all of us as well as the environment. So I hope you like this video. Apologies to those who asked for it, and it took me a while to get there, but finally got it done. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. Hit the thumbs up button if you like it. If you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to do that. There's this little bell thing that you're supposed to hit too if you want to get notifications every time I actually release a video. Go ahead and hit that. Thanks again to everybody who watched, everybody who subscribed, and having fun making these and going to continue doing it. Until next time.